Happy New Year, my fellow home brewers. It's the day after New Year 2017, just because I know you guys will be checking this out in a couple years' time. Just want to establish the fact 2017. Hope you all had a good one. This is actually not one of my pours. This is a craft beer. Some dudes uptown here. A place called Foghorn. Pretty decent. This is a British Golden Ale. I'm going to be brewing a Golden Ale real soon. Actually, I promised the dude I would do an APA, and then I'm also, the next day or two afterwards, going to do a nice Golden Ale. It's one of my favorite. So cheers to you today. Because it's not sunny in the house, I wear these because they're just simply badass, and I don't give a fuck. Alright, today we are kegging this bad boy. It's a Canada Brew Red Ale. It was a can of goo. I'll put a link to the video that I brewed it in. And what did I add? This was just something I just threw together. Didn't follow any recipes, just said screw it. I got some leftover stuff. Let's see how it turns out. I did 1 pound of dry malt extract golden, so that should be nice with the red ale. I did 1 kg of Dextrose, and I did 1 ounce of Northern Brewery's hops. I dried hop. Put them in a cheese bag, put a weight in that bad boy, and just dropped her in there and let it sit. I brewed that on December 9th. I don't even know what the date is, what did I say yesterday? So today would be the 2nd, I believe, of January. So, I don't know, just a little over 3 weeks. Makes sense to me. We're going to C02 into the corny keg this time. I've sterilized all the stuff. My last few brews I carbonated with sugar. This time we're going to do it CO2. I sanitized, I then sealed it, and I blasted with 20 psi of CO2 in order to just get any oxygen that's in there out. Apparently CO2 is heavier, so it'll sit down on the bottom. So we get the siphon ready. I'm not using my trusty Cooper's DIY kit because I used it on my last brew, so it's still sitting there needing to be cleaned. So we're using this. I'm going to use the siphon, put her in there, and then we will come back and I'll shoot her up with some CO2. Then the remaining, because it's 23 liters, the remaining 4 liters I'm going to bottle. I use the Cooper's carbonation drops, 2 drops per 1 liter bottle. These ones will take about 3 weeks to carbonate, whereas I'm going to crank up the CO2 because I'd like to have this for a taste test this weekend. Love the taste test. So I'm going to crank up the CO2, so I've got like 5-6 days to get this thing carbonated. So I'm going to crank her up probably 20-30 psi for a little bit, maybe crank her back down to about 10 to 15, just depending on what the pressure's looking like. So that's it, guys. I'm going to start filling this bad boy into the corny keg, and I'll be back when I'm ready to shoot her up with some CO2. See you soon. Right. Look at that bad boy, guys. Look at that. The hop bag is floating. That's crazy, because I weighed that down. I can't remember what I weighed it down with. I can't remember if it was a marble or something. I sterilized the shit out of whatever it was. But that thing's floating. That's pretty wild. That is a dark brew, guys. Maybe the real ale came in dark. The dry malt extract was golden. So, I don't know, man. But it smells delicious, too. Can't wait. So we get that going in there. I've got the hose because you remember last time I fucked it up where you couldn't really screw it up with this one because the siphon has a hose that goes all the way down. But if you watch my last video, and then I made a video on how I fucked it up, I have the Cooper's kit, which I absolutely love. It has a spigot that you turn on. Well, I didn't hook a hose to it and pour it into the keg. I should have. I just let the son of a bitch run. And yeah, that wasn't cool. So I appreciate all the pointers from my viewers and brewing buddies pointing out that was a fuck up. Now they were very kind on how they did it, no question. So all right, this is going good. I'm gonna be back soon. Gonna have myself a pour or two in the meantime, and we'll be right back. So dudes, that's what I had dry hopping. So I put the hops into a cheesecloth. I now remember I used a sterilized spoon to weigh it down. Can you imagine? That spoon is floating. So that tells you something about the density of fucking water and beer versus whatever the hell. That was floating the spoon, man. That's crazy. Anyhow, didn't expect that to happen. That's what she looks like when we're done. I will clean that out, wash her up, boil her, sterilize her, and use it again for dry hopping, as well as doing some partial grains for steeping. That's what I use for steeping. So I'll just clean that up, get rid of the hops that are in there, and yeah, back at her again. So yeah, I just continue to have myself pour, and we're getting there. Progress is happening. No crazy, I don't know if you can see the hell in there. No crazy frothing going on this time. So live and learn, baby. Live and learn. Man, that beer's got a kick to it. Love it. All right, so we're getting real close. You can see we're getting low. So I've decided to get my my bottles all ready. These are the Cooper's carbonation drops, like I told you. You just, in case nobody's ever seen one of these, I'll show you them. This is 2 of them stuck together. So I take 2 of those, each one, this is 2, and just drop them into the old bottle right there and fill her up. And I love these things. You don't have to screw them, priming sugar, any of that crap. We're getting real close there now. Oh yeah, this is some live action. I mean, this is some exciting shit. Watching beer strain through a siphon into a keg. I mean, you guys could be watching football, you could be watching UFC, but I mean, this is some fucking seriously live action going on right here. Exciting, riveting shit. So when we come back, what am I going to do? I am going to put the lid on the keg, and then I'm going to start filling up these bottles. And then I'll come back and we'll start pressurizing the keg. All right, you know what? Screw it. We'll do the bottles here in a sec. I was just a little worried about the wort becoming contaminated before I get in the bottle, but fuck it, it'll be all right. So, you got the in and you got the out. This one, shit, I can't remember. Is this a Pepsi or a Coke? Doesn't matter. Anyways, it is what it is, but they're different. The old Coke and the Pepsi kegs are different fittings. Same concept, same principle for filling them and drinking from them. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up, so I'm going to shut up now. Here we go. I've already got that on. I'm going to crank that up. Let's get her up. I'm going to take her down because we're going to purge it of air at the moment. I'm going to take her down to about 20. There we go, 20 psi. I don't know if you guys can see that, 20 psi. And turn on the valve. There we go. You can hear her doing its bubbling. Bubble, 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 bubble. This is riveting shit, man. Riveting. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Now we'll turn off the valve. Give her a little, whoa, right in the face. That's cool. Turn her back on. Actually, my keg's fucking up here a little bit. There we go. Let's get that where it's supposed to be. I want her at 20. That didn't. There we go. Live action now. We got her going. So you do that 3 times, I typically do. That gets any of the oxygen out. Because as we discussed last time, you don't want to screw your beer up with oxygen. As I said, we're going to do a forced carbonation. I keep my directions here too. I just, to refer back to it. You can do it at 10 to 12. I'm going to do it for like 30, like I said, for the first couple days. All right, let's turn that off. This will be the 3rd one. Probably get a better, yeah, that's better. Sounded better. Turn her back on. Do that 3 times, 20 psi. I think I'm just going to leave it on 20 psi. Fuck it, we won't even. Now I'm going to take it up 30. Just make a decision and fucking stick with it. Big Rob. Yeah. All right, there we go. Turn that off. It's hard shit. There we go. Purged it. She's all purged. Now I'm going to crank this. Going to turn that on. I'm going to crank that up. We're going to go to 30 for a couple days. And you can also, and I probably will once I get off the video here, but pick up the keg, shake it around, roll it around, get the CO2 in faster. Now you can, it depends what you want to do. Like I want to drink this coming weekend. Today's, shit, I keep forgetting, Monday. So I got 5-6 days. If I drink it Friday, Saturday, that's okay. But you could, if you wanted to. Apparently, I've never even done it, because as you know, I've only been kegging about 6 months, and I'm in no rush. I got shit tons of beer, so I'm good. But if you want to do real quick, apparently you can crank her way up to like 30, swash it around, do that, and like within an hour or two, apparently it's good to go. I have to Google that shit. Maybe I'll try it someday and do a video on it. But again, I'll leave this for about 30 psi for a couple. You got to play with it. I found you got to play with figuring out, you go online and people are like, set it to this and do it to this, and I've done that and I've totally fucked it up. So I just had to play with it. Apparently you can go to like, there's beer charts out there if you want to get all crazy and, scientific, not crazy. I respect you some bitches that get all scientific and shit. I just kind of trial and error. So again, what I'll do, 2 days like this. I'll probably check it tomorrow, see what's going on in there, pour a little bit, see what type of carbonation I have. Then I'm going to eventually turn it down to about 10 to 15 psi. Then when I serve it, I find actually 2 to 3 psi. I tried it at 5 and so on. It's way too frothy. So that's what I got, guys. From here on, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bad boy and stick it in the bottle, fill up those bottles, put the caps on, and those will go away for 3 weeks. That's what I got, guys. Have yourself a rockin' new year. 2007. Hope it rocks with lots of homebrew and all that good shit. If you like the video, give it a like. You don't like it, fuck it. Hook me up anyways. Give me a like. Let me see what else you can do. Comment. You like it, definitely comment. If you don't like it, comment too. I appreciate that too. Whatever. All good with Big Rob. If you want me to brew a beer too, I got 2 coming now. So I've only actually, at the minute, I've got 3 primary fermenters that I use, but I'm going to do 2. So you'll have to get in line. I'm doing an APA and then a Golden. Pretty soon we're going to get into full grain. I'm going to do beer in a bag. I've already got the ingredients. I just got to get the big enough pot, so that's going to be fun. So stay tuned to that. So be sure to subscribe so you can get all the updates, taste tests. I do a sober taste test, and I get drunk, and I do a drunk taste test. Those ones are awesome. And then, of course, any new updates I do, new videos brewing, you'll be sure to get them. Check out my blog, makebeereasy.com. Makebeereasy.com. Rock on, my people. Big Rob's out.